About Dogs on BCTV is supported by the Berks County Kennel Club and by the Berks County Dog Training Club.
Good evening and welcome to the Berks County Dog Training Club's program, All About Dogs. Hi, I'm Pat Mock, your host, and this month we're going to be talking about how dogs assist us in search and rescue. So our guests this evening are Sam Mercer and his dog, Dre. Huh? Merman. Oh, I'm sorry. I got his name all wrong. Isn't that awful? If it's on the screen, ignore it. It's M-E-R-M-A-N. Right? I spelled your name. I'm sorry. His name is Sam Merman. Next time I'll read the card a little bit better. Anyway, we're going to be, first of all, talking about the bloodhound, since I don't think I ever had a bloodhound on the program before. So we're going to find out a little bit about the bloodhound and then find out why Sam decided to get a bloodhound and how he got involved in search and rescue work. So, Sam, the bloodhound is from where? England?
They started out over in Belgium, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they come from Belgium. They date back to almost 4000 BC.
Huh.
They're a long-line dog, and when they had them back then, basically they were the breed that they were using. They had them they used them for hunting, you know, and basically, and that's all they were.
Okay, just like a regular hound.
Regular hounds.
Uh-huh.
And as time went on, it was around 1600 AD when there's a monastery, and the guy's name was Saint Hubert in England, and he started taking the hounds. And what he did, they bred them exclusively strictly for, you know, looking for people. They got him away from the actual
animals.
Hunt, from the hunt end of it.
Right.
What they actually did, they had, going back then, they had hounds that were also white.
Okay.
They were white. And they interbred them. And if you ever see any of the bloodhounds that are brown and they have like the white blaze on them,
yes,
they have some of that white hound in them.
How about that?
Yeah, that's how you look at them. You say, how come they're not all brown, they're not all black, and whatever the colors are on them. And as time went on, they started using these dogs exclusively for looking for the criminals that were escaping from the prisons back then.
Okay.
And they used them all day long for that. The bloodhound, a lot of people think that the bloodhound comes from that they were attacking people and eating their blood. And it was the blood on that. Actually, the bloodhound comes from being the only blooded hounds.
Okay.
There's no other line in with them like other dogs have 5 or 6, like, you know, Heinz's.
Different breeds.
There are a variety of mixed breeds.
Yeah.
And these dogs were taken that way. And it was up until, it was in the 1800s when we started using them here. And then it went on in the early 1900s. They started, like you have your AKC, American Kennel Club. They had they have a bloodhound club. Yes. The same way.
Right.
And what they started doing then with the dogs, this is when they started taking them and it started showing them and using them and taking them away from basically the other end. They are still used today.
Sure.
For you know, police departments still use them, and they're used in search and rescue. But the dogs themselves, they're a unique breed. They are a unique breed. A lot of people look at them and they look at them and they say, "Oh, look at the lazy dog that lays down all the time."
Right. You think down south and the dog's laying on the front porch, right? The hound.
You see the dog laying on the front porch down there. They don't do that. They don't lay down on the front porch. They're the type of dog that needs a lot of exercise. They need a lot of room to run. The one habit that they have is it's tough to get rid of on them. They drool, you know. So if you can get beyond the drooling and their temperament, they are stubborn. You take these dogs and you try like other dogs, you take them to obedience classes. All right, they're very hard to train.
They have their own agenda.
Right.
And it's not yours. That's all.
They know what they want to do. It's in them, and the one thing that they want to go out and do all the time is they want to hunt.
Right.
They
Right.
want to go look for whatever scent you give them, whatever they track, and they will run themselves down. They will actually run themselves down,
Yeah.
and they'll continue going and going and going. Now, this is a typical, like I said, they don't do this.
And I told you that she was going to be good in here. I told you she was.
She's fantastic. She's fantastic. This is hard for me to take. I don't believe she's laying down like this.
Well, how much exercise do they actually need? I mean, just a walk a day?
No, I have a 75 by 75 pen in the back, and she's out there. She's running around. I throw toys with her to get the exercise, and we have a couple of stray cats, and every once in a while they get in the pen and they become her toys.
Okay.
She doesn't attack them or anything, but she's constantly going and needs to be worked.
Yes.
They're a very, very high energy dog. You can't leave them sit around. If you leave this type of dog sit around and you do own one, they do get destructive.
As most dogs, if they're bored, they're going to find their own thing to do, and
Yeah.
it's not going to be what you want them to do.
No, it's not, because I remember when she was a puppy, and my wife and I came home one day and saw this white powder on the floor, and I was trying to figure what did she get into, and then I realized when I went behind the couch, she had dug a hole through the paneling, through the drywall.
Oh, my word. Well, she fixed
So
it.
yeah, that was you as a puppy, right? They're great with children. They're a very docile dog.
Yeah.
You know, if anybody does want to get one, just be prepared for the sadness that comes along with them. Their life expectancy is around 10 years old,
Okay.
9 or 10,
Yeah.
because of the size of the breed and as big as they are.
Yeah.
And they're also prone to, anybody that's on there knows what bloat is.
Yes.
You know, they
The
are prone to
deep-chested
bloat.
dogs. Yep.
Yeah, that's the big dog because they got the big chest on them and everything
That's
else.
exactly
So
right. Just like the
these are
setters,
things
yep.
that you have to look out for and everything else with them. But other than that, they are super intelligent.
Do they bay a lot?
Not really. They don't. You know,
It's not like a coonhound.
it's not like a
Okay,
coonhound.
okay.
You'll hear Dre if I come home from work and as I'm coming up the driveway, or my wife comes home, or if she's in the car or something like that, and somebody goes to get in the vehicle, or you go to get out of the vehicle, as Mike here knows, she does. Ooh, does her? Yes, you do your singing. Yes, you do. And other than that, the going.
Hello, kid. How are you? How are you?
The going out on when you see them going out on trails and everything else, they basically, you can see how lovable she is. Go on, Dre. You watch in the movies when we're on a search and you hear the dogs making all that noise.
Right.
They add that afterwards.
Oh, okay.
They
okay.
add that
I
afterwards.
just wondered if the person is, like an exercise freak, if this dog would be good as an apartment dog. Do you think that, if you were a jogger and you jogged maybe 5 miles a day, do you think this dog would be okay in, like a condo or an apartment or something like that? No. Okay.
No. It's first of all, as big as they are and the space that they need,
Okay.
To have a dog like this in an apartment would be torture for the dog, and then the dog would get even with you.
Okay.
They would have their own little way of getting even where that's at, and they need to be out.
Yeah.
They do need to be out.
Okay.
And-
Now, how popular is this breed? Since I've not found any around except yours. It's like, where are they all?
They're with bloodhound people.
Yeah, I know, and there's none of those either.
No, we are out there. Before I got Dre, I knew of bloodhounds through search and stuff like that, but
Right.
I didn't know how popular they were. And there are a lot of people in the area that do have them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and most of the people that are involved with these hounds belong to some type of search and rescue team.
Yeah.
They don't have these basically for a house pet.
Yeah. Okay.
Because they're bred for that, and they enjoy it. It's a matter of they know where they
Yes.
belong.
What they're supposed to be doing.
Right.
Yep,
They
just
have a
natural.
job.
Right.
They have
That's
a job
exactly
in life.
right. Natural instinct.
And that's where they go.
Now, do they come in other colors?
Yeah. Dre is a black and tan. They come in liver. They come in a liver color, and a lot of them you see are all brown. Dre just so happens to be a long-legged lady. You know, most of your bloodhounds are probably about 2 or 3 inches shorter than she is.
Oh, really? Okay, okay.
But the black and tans seem to be a little longer-legged.
Huh.
You know, yeah.
That's interesting.
And I don't know why.
Yeah. Now, I was told that their scenting ability is so not only because of genetics, but also that when they have their noses down, their ears come forward to help funnel the scent.
Right. What happens, their sense of smell is about 40 times greater than ours.
Oh,
yeah.
way better.
It's true about the ears, and then if her head was forward, you would see the flab of skin, you know, and her jowls are up. You know, if you could see the extra meat here, and the ears, when they're down there, the ears get on, it gets on the ground and everything else. So people can understand what they actually do to find you. We give off, I say, 50,000 skin cells. You know, and as we walk, we breathe. As we're breathing out, as we're walking and everything else, our skin cells are constantly flaking down on the ground.
Right.
So these guys here, they pick up that scent. Their olfactory nerve back in here is unreal.
Yep.
And they'll turn around and get, no matter what you touch, if it was a penny, a rock, a dime, even if you scruff your legs down on the ground, your skin cells are still falling in that area. So these guys go out by the scent.
Right.
We give them the scent. They get a harness on them. We give them the command to track. And they've been known to go in excess and continue a trail for at least 100 miles.
Yeah.
They will go until...
Well, I think and time also. I think I read that one dog tracked a human scent after almost a year. Was it 16 months after the person went missing?
I had Dre a couple of years ago at a training down at Old Dominion.
Okay.
And they had laid a trail down there the year before and gave me an article to do with her. And I took her out, got her on the trail, ran it, and when I got done, the gentleman that was running the training down there said to me, he said, "Mr. Merman, I want you to know that trail was laid a year ago."
Wow.
And it just blew me away because I've seen her do trails that are 50 hours, 70 hours, you know, a week old and stuff like that. But it was hard for me to pick that year up, you know, and say that, you know, that they did that.
Right.
But it's amazing how the scent sits around, and, you know, people think that, actually, the way the scent goes, if you were to bake a cookie, and you had a secret ingredient in that cookie, and you gave it to her to smell it, she could dissect that and tell you each and every ingredient that's in that cookie.
Yeah, their noses are just absolutely phenomenal. Well, we have to take a break, so stay tuned. We'll be right back.
You're watching All About Dogs on bctv.org. Be informed, be involved, be a member. For membership information, go to www.bctv.org/support/membership. For more information and other stories about animals and pets, go to www.bctv.org. All About Dogs is underwritten by the Berks County Kennel Club and by Berks Dog Training Club. For more information on how you and your business can become program underwriters, go to www.bctv.org.
And we're back. So what we're going to do is look at some pictures, because Dre not only tracks on land, she also tracks in water. So we do have some pictures of her. This is them starting out, right?
Right, that's me starting out on the trail.
Okay.
This is a training that I go for every year down in Virginia.
Okay, so they're in the middle of the field, and she is being put on a scent there. And the next picture is you're already in the water. This is what, a stream.
That is a tremendous lake on an estate that we were at.
And she's tracking
And she's
for what?
going out looking for a scuba diver who's under the water.
Okay, okay. And
Just to show you how there was another picture that showed the field of
Yeah,
her going
yeah.
out through the field and getting down to the water now. And you see her scenting, because the scuba diver's underneath, and through his mask, the bubbles coming up, she's picking that
that's
scent
what she's
up on top
scenting
of the
for.
water.
And this is down another, this isn't the same.
You missed some pictures.
Yeah, yeah, this isn't
But that's
the same
okay.
thing.
This is a stream that we were in, and Dre was given back further ascent off a car, and she's now tracking the person who walked through the water.
And she's actually swimming and tracking.
She is swimming. Believe me, her legs are not touching the bottom.
Yeah, you can see that
Yeah.
because you can see where the water is on you.
Right.
Oh, there's
we're
the
going
scuba
back.
diver. Yeah, that's the lake.
There's the
right,
scuba diver.
Right. Okay. So she did find him.
She did find him. She did find him.
Yeah, it's just, people say in the water, that's ridiculous. They can't find him in the water, but they actually do scent for the bubbles. It's really amazing. The dogs are just amazing. Now, there's a picture where you started in the field. You can see the water in the back to the left. That's the water that they were just in, the lake that they were just in. So she tracked all the way up that field down to the water looking for this, following the scent, basically, is what she was doing. Okay. Are there any more pictures there? I think we should have another one yet of her finding the person on the land, the one that she was tracking in the water. Well, doesn't really matter. Okay. There was another picture
She
of her.
found us.
Yeah, tracking in the water that she actually did find. Where she was swimming, she actually did find the person that was leaving that trail, leaving that track. So anyway, obviously not much grooming, right?
Pardon me?
You don't have much grooming on her. A quick once over with a washcloth and she's done.
Yeah.
Nails. That's nails and ears. Yeah, ears.
Ears are very important on these dogs. Because they hang down, you have to watch out for the infection in the ears.
Right,
You have
because
to
they are so
definitely-
long.
Definitely clean them and clean them and clean them.
Yeah.
They shed 24/7.
Okay. Well, that's what people say with there's something on the floor there. With the
Yeah.
short coat, I'm going to get a short-coated dog because it doesn't shed much.
Right.
It's like, whoa, hold on a second.
No,
Right.
they're constantly
That's
shedding.
exactly
You
right.
can see some of the wrinkles in her face now that her head is down.
Well, they have awful loose skin too, don't they?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I thought you can just sort of pick up the skin. It's like
No, this here, I can.
Yeah, right. There's an awful lot of skin.
There's a lot of skin there
Right, so they don't get
to hang around that
caught
they
in.
don't grow
Right,
into, thank
right.
God.
She's a cute girl. How did you get involved in search and rescue?
I had taken her for training, for obedience training, and the gentleman there said to me that I was wasting my time with her, and that she belonged in with search and rescue. And so what I did, I got her involved in going out and working with her, which is a good job. You're committed to your time, getting out there and being able to work and work and work. It's hours of time, starting off with little puppy runaways and then going a little further and further on your time. You take the trails to 3 hours, 5 hours, 8 hours. Then you start doing trails that are days old, and you keep using different people rather than use the same person each time.
That's exactly right.
Because if you keep using the same person, it's the same scent.
Right.
And then we go out and we train, as Mike here is my captain of our search and rescue
Yeah, why
team.
don't you tell the name of your search and rescue?
Yeah, Pennsylvania Canine Search and Rescue.
Okay.
It's PAXAR. And we train in the rain and the snow and the sleet and the cold weather, and we take them in the malls, we take them in the stores. They have to be subjected to all types of conditions.
Right.
Because we never know when somebody's going to get lost.
That's exactly right.
And we really have to get out there and work with them.
Is that mainly what PAXAR does, is search for people who have wandered away or who are lost, or do you actually go after criminals?
No, I went after Mike.
Oh.
No, I can let him talk a little bit about that, if that's okay.
Okay, sure.
No, basically it's just missing and lost lost
okay.
people.
Like people who wander
children,
away from...
elderly, adult,
yeah.
missing hunters.
Okay,
Stuff like that. So.
Yeah. Well, hunters are not supposed to get lost, right?
No, but sometimes you get a lot of hunters out here in this area, and a lot of areas, you know, that think that they can go in the middle of the morning and they get spun around, and next minute you know, when time comes, they don't know where they are, and the you know, the temperature, degree, their
Yes.
health conditions may kick in a difference. You know, if they're diabetic, everything plays a role in you know, them coming out, and next minute you know, they don't show up home for dinner, and then we go out and find them.
Yeah.
So it's a lot, and the children, elderly to adults.
Now, how many... Do you train every week? Do you train every day?
We, as a team, we train once a month.
Okay, okay.
But you know, we have dogs that train weekly.
Okay,
So, but as a team, it's once a month.
okay. I just wondered the time commitment. If somebody out there would be interested in using their dog for search and rescue, you know, like a time frame. I have a 2-year-old dog that I think would be really good.
Yeah.
How much time would I be investing in training the dog?
You would have to invest at least twice a week, about an hour and a half each time
Okay,
for a good 8 months.
okay, okay. So it's not just when I feel
No,
like going
no,
out.
no.
You got to be committed.
And you got to be committed, and like Chief Merman said, you got to train in all different types of conditions. You know, you have to subject your dog to different types of distractions. So it's not at your convenience, it's at, you know, all times.
Right.
That way, when time comes, because people don't choose when they want to get
That's
lost.
exactly right.
And if your dog's not used to searching in the snow or in the rain or in a storm, and there's different types of search dogs too. There's just not tracking and trailing dogs. There's ear scent dogs too.
Okay, okay.
So, and that would depend on the weather conditions, on what type of dog we would use.
Okay. So then there are other breeds involved in your group as
yes,
well?
Yes.
What other breeds are...
You have chocolate Labrador, you know, chocolate Labradors, Labradoodles, Australian Labradoodles, a Dutch Malinois.
Okay. Okay.
So.
Yeah. So any dog can actually
any
do
dog
it.
that has play drive.
Yes. Yes.
That's the key.
Oh, is that
play
how you
drive.
train with toys and treats?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Their reward at the end of each training is that love and affection and the praise. The game. It's a game for them.
Right.
And that's all it is to them. They have no idea that they're looking for a lost or a missing person.
Right.
They don't know that. They
Yeah.
just think that it's a game, like hide and seek, and it's
Right.
time to find the
You find
person,
the person
so that
and you
they,
get the
at the end
treat,
they get
right.
their treat. Yes.
Right. And
Yeah.
now does she know that when you put the harness on her, she's going to be working? The game starts?
I have, this is the type of harness that
Okay.
I put on her.
Okay.
And the difference between being on the collar, once she's put in this harness, her whole mindset changes.
Yes.
She knows this is a work harness.
Yeah.
And if there's 300 or 500 people in the crowd, her mind is focused on, I've got to go find that one person.
Right.
And I've got to get through that.
Right.
To be able to find them.
Right.
And they're just unreal. They're unreal how they can go through, and it amazes me. But these dogs, I know, Dre, it takes a hound a good 3 years of working with them before you even want to think of taking them out on a search.
Right. Till you're secure that they know what
It's
they're
like
doing.
that 3-year period, it just snaps, and they're ready to go.
Yeah.
They're ready to go.
So, what kind of success stories have you had? What is the one story that sticks in your mind of somebody that she's found?
She's gone out, and there were a couple of dogs that were out one time, and I got her out to the residence, and we went outside the house and headed around. These other dogs were a couple of hours out, and I turned around and got Dre out, and we started going around the property. I got up to the back corner of the woods, and when we got up to the back corner, one of the other people were in the opposite driveway, and the woman came, pushed her right out. So she really never left the property.
Huh.
Yeah. and these other dogs were 2 hours away from the house.
Oh,
working
my
around.
word.
I took her in the house, let her smell the sneaker, and she went to work.
Wow.
Yeah, and you know, and the beauty part is, she's got all her things through the club, Bloodhound Club. Mm-hmm. They have like AKC has
Right,
different
certifications,
things.
yeah.
And she's gone all the way up to her final thing that she has is her Man Trailing Excellence.
Oh, wow.
Her Man Trailing Excellence award that she got was 31 hours old in the town of Strasbourg.
Uh-huh.
And she had to go out and do the trail all the way through, and there were 2 people at the end, and she had to identify which was the right person.
Wow.
After that, and she ID'd the right person for me, and she got a big ribbon sitting
Great,
home.
very
She
good.
You know.
And
But
she don't
it's-
care about that either. It's just the game, right?
It's a game. It's a game for them, and you've got to show them that appreciation at the end. They
Sure,
need
that's
that.
that's what they're working for. You know, that's
Yeah.
what they're working for. Well, I thank you, gentlemen, very much for being on the program.
The poster of the picture.
Oh, yeah, the poster. We need to see the poster. There you go. So
Yeah.
it's the Pennsylvania Canine Search and Rescue, and you can go to that GoFundMe.com at Paxar/Paxar. So you can go to that website. So if you got a paper and pencil handy, but you can also talk to Sam and Mike at the Berks County All About Dogs Day. The Berks County Kennel Club is having an All About Dogs Day. We're going to talk about this next month, but it's going to be June the 22nd. It's going to be at the Sinking Spring Fire Company, and Sam and Mike are going to be there, and some of the other people in their group, and they're going to be talking about their dogs and how to train them. So if you have other questions, come out on June the 22nd. It's going to be a beautiful Saturday. So come on out and you can talk to them a little bit more. So that's our program for this evening, and thank you very much. Good night.
All About Dogs on BCTV is supported by the Berks County Kennel Club and by the Berks County Dog Training Club.